What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? 31-year-old Courtney Cox had it all. She was a successful corporate litigator at the powerhouse law firm of Paul Hastings in Atlanta. She was beautiful, she was well respected, she made a lot of money, and she had a promising future. That is, until she met a thug named Jarvis Jarrett. Fam, he did her bad. Police say that Jarvis killed Courtney inside of her luxury apartment on Peachtree in Atlanta, Midtown Atlanta. They, at this time, don't know why. But to add insult to injury, if that's possible, Jarvis not only killed Courtney, he had a shootout with the police afterwards and was jumping from, they say, jumping from balcony to balcony. Eventually, the shootout ended when they discovered his body on a balcony, dead. They don't know if the gunshot wound was self-inflicted or the police took him out. But Jarvis Jarrett is dead. That's right. I can't see it, fam. I can't see a plausible reason why a dude would kill that woman. Can't see it. Sounds like to me just a regular old thug. That's what it sounds like to me. If he was at all innocent, let's say under some kind of circumstance, I don't know, maybe something happened where he defended himself. He had to defend himself and he killed her. Do you immediately engage in a shootout with the police? Nah. This sounds like, without knowing the details, just off the rip, just sounds like another thug who snapped. Now, why would this corporate litigator want to date a thug? Why go through all of that education, all of that schooling, all of that professionalism to live your dream out and then bring somebody in who you're not equally yoked with? I don't understand it. And it happens a lot. It happens a whole lot where women would date a thug. I mean, a dude ain't really got nothing going for himself. And he'll run through her, dog-eyed, and then next thing you know, she's in her 30s or 40s and ain't no good men out there. She's saying ain't no good men. After she done let the thug dog her out. After she done passed over all the good dudes. You see? Now, I don't know, fam. It just seems like we could have used Courtney, you know? Like certain people, you know, I feel like, hey, man, you know, like, I think we'd have been good without that one, you know, or that one. But I think we could have used Courtney. And here it is that a woman with so much life, such a promising future, is dead. They say she only met dude this past summer. They say she just met him. Wow. Fam, let me tell you something about this life. You got one. There are so many people out there trying to take your life. You cannot take your life for granted. You have to really, really be very careful. You have to be particular about who you allow into your immediate space. You have to be so particular that you have to be confident enough in the friends that you allow into your space to pick good friends that they allow into their space, because you can pick them good, pick a good friend, somebody that wouldn't purposely try to cause you harm, but they don't have the insight or the wherewithal to pick good friends that wouldn't put them in a bad situation. So there have been so many times where people have just been victims of circumstances, just guilty by association, or end up being targeted by association, being victims by association. There's so many people trying to take your life. You got people trying to get you with venereal diseases. You got accidents. You got disease. We're talking cancer, heart disease. You got, man, high blood pressure. You got robbery, you got to watch, you got to have your head on a swivel, always watching your back. You got people that's speeding, running red lights. You got to be careful. Now, they're not intentionally, some people are not out there intentionally saying, I'm going to kill you, I'm trying to kill you. But when somebody gets behind that wheel and they run that light, or they drive reckless, or they drive drunk, they are trying to kill you. That's the mentality that you have to have. Really, you got to have that mentality if you're driving anyway. If you're like behind the wheel of a car, you got to think to yourself, everybody out there can't drive. And these fools out here trying to kill me. So you got to drive that car like you would drive a car in an arcade. You know how when you drive, I don't know what that game is called, but you drive that car, you're controlling the wheel of a car, and obstacles are coming into the streets and they're popping up out of nowhere. That's how it is driving. When I taught my son and daughter how to drive, I taught them defensive driving. That's why they don't teach you, when you go to a driving course or whatever, they teach you defensive driving. They don't teach you offensive driving. They teach you defensive driving, because most people end up getting into wrecks caused by other people. So you got to be careful out there, fam. You got to be real careful. I would say, let me back up. Let me say, maybe it's about 50-50. You got people that, you can, the defensive driving is to watch the actions of others, but it's also to behave in a certain way yourself, so that you don't get yourself in a jam. For instance, just simple things like being at a certain car length per every 10 miles that you're driving. So if you're driving 50 miles, you're supposed to be about 5 car lengths behind. If you're driving 60, you're supposed to be six car lengths, and so on and so on and so on. So anyway, fam, y'all be careful out there, man. It's you got to really, really, really be careful about the people that you allow into your space. That woman had everything going for herself, and she probably did everything right her entire life, from elementary to middle school to high school to college. Even picked a good firm to work for. And she made that one mistake that cost her life. You can be right 1,000 times. You can date people and fall in and out of love, but you get that one damn fool, that one weirdo, that one clown And it ain't no just simple breakup with that clown. This clown is a simple world-class simp. This is an uncivilized mutt. And it ain't no just simple walking away if it don't work out. Be careful out there, fam. And I'm talking to the fellas too, because there's some uncivilized mutt women out there too. So y'all be careful, man. R.I.P. Courtney Cox. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?